So, welcome back to my podcast. I'm really excited to have you guys here. And last time we talked about me building my business, me developing my methods. And today I want to talk to you guys about the mindset and the experience of growing it all. And when I do my consulting, when in my consulting business, I have workshops and I usually do the workshops. I really enjoy doing them. And I know people are like, don't do anything. You're not supposed to provide the service. But I really love doing those workshops. And I was just doing a workshop the other day and I told my clients this thing. When I do my workshops, I try not to just give you the, technical way to do stuff, but also share my experience of how I did this mental switch. Because everything's about looking at stuff differently, it's about changing your perspective. And so it's how I changed my perspective to go from my business not working, things are not scaling. And I want to talk to you guys not about the moments where everything works for you or not about decisions that I make, but about those moments where nothing works for you and about those moments where you get those panic attacks. And I don't know if you guys experience them, but I do. And I had a moment about a year ago where nothing worked for me. All of my funnels stopped working. Clients were happy with the service. I have to be honest about that. But marketing wasn't doing well. My sales team looked at me. I looked at them and I was like, what do you want? And they're like, something's off with the leads. And it wasn't that something was off with the leads. It was the fact that the market told me, because marketing is telling people what they want to hear. The market told me that I need a different product. So basically, people wanted to join our service, but we attracted a lot of people that has started their business and they were not pre-revenue necessarily, but they weren't making the 20K to 25K that we wanted a month. So what they needed were workshops. And I remember noticing it, but not doing it anyways. And if I can tell you guys something, is that a lot of times we think that entrepreneurs are doing everything right, right? They don't mess up. And I knew how to do stuff. Thank God I knew how to do stuff, right? I knew that what are the steps that I need to take. I knew how to make things work. I knew how to make products that make people want to buy again from you guys. But I just didn't feel like making workshops. And it's not that I didn't want to make workshops because I was doing them to my students, to my clients, but they were getting them as an all in one package. And I noticed that people were interested in just standalone workshops. And I didn't want to do that. And then not only that it started with my personal business, but also with my partnerships. Like I noticed how, you know, my marketing company was struggling all of a sudden and my sales company was struggling all of a sudden. And there's a joke that we tell that, we are the best consultants that we know, but if God has a plan for you, then God has a plan for you. And I was like, okay, this is the moment where I, as an entrepreneur, don't feel certain about anything. This is the moment where I have to take a leap of faith. And I know that if I create those workshops, then clients are going to close a deal with us in a month or two. But if our workshops are doing great, then we are going to create enough income stream. But it's a leap of faith because we don't know what's going to happen, how many people are going to close from those workshops to, the VIP all-in-one included one-on-ones that we do. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. If the people want something, then I'm going to give it to the people. And I created a workshop. And I started marketing it, right? We went from 50% closing rate, which is an insane amount of closing rate, right? To 80. And then I was like, I was so insistent and so persistent to not do something that managed to generate me more money, that managed to give me a lot more certainty because now I was generating more money, right? They were going through a longer funnel. I was making a lot more money. But I didn't want to do it because I wasn't used to it. And I want to talk to you guys about living with discomfort. I've been dealing with a thyroid disease for the past, I think, 5 years. And the thing about it is that it comes from me not being able to, I don't know even how to describe it. So, thyroid disease comes from whether it's how you drink your water, it could come from you being stressed. And when it started 5 years ago, I was awfully stressed, right? And thank God we're on it right now. I'm a lot more calm. But if it's something that I've developed and there's something that I managed to do, is to realize that all you need sometimes is a shift of perspective. We are living in a time where you don't know what's going to happen. AI is doing everything. People are scared that AI is going to take their job, and some of them are actually right. But if there is something that I know about me or about myself, is that I know how to create a good product. And I was certain of that. And a lot of times we look at the result that we want to reach and we are not sure of what we're going to do, but there are things that we can be certain of, and it's ourselves or like what we believe in ourselves. So I saw that that was the decision that I needed to make. And I knew that I had to make it, but it was terrifying for me. And I was like, okay, listen, Jules, here's what we're going to do. We are going to make it happen anyways. So I remember committing to just this place. It was just 50 people, just a small, place, small amount of people. And we were going to teach them how to scale, how to grow, just see what happens. See if we could bear with it, grow with it, see if we like it or not. And I remember teaching them. And I remember them saying, I went to the bathroom, right? And I was hearing a conversation and they were like, this is the best workshop I've been in. And the amount of feedback that I got, it was like, that workshop changed my life. And I remember just laughing so hard about how I was so terrified to do that workshop and how I was so happy with myself that I was willing to take that leap of faith. Because sometimes we as entrepreneurs are so scared to make a decision, right? Because it's just different. And it's not better or worse. We just are used to something. And when we're used to something, it feels safe. And we as people, what we need is certainty. But the certainty that we are supposed to have is certainty in ourselves. And when I make a decision or a shift of perspective, I don't look at the things that I've reached. I look at the things that I've learned. And I look at the trust that I built in myself. Because no one will believe in you unless you believe in yourself. So how did I make that decision? I wrote pros and cons. And when I realized that there are more advantages to what I want to do, I just did it. Because sometimes we have to be rational and not to make that decision from an emotional point of view. So I just took a month and a half to, create that workshop. And it was 6 days long. I just every single day they went and studied, and it was hard to comprehend workshop. But people tripled their income the following month. They were selling more. They were marketing more. They were happier. And when we look at ourselves and think, oh my God, can I do it or can I not do it? We are putting the pressure on us. But if we are coming and are willing to, just give up on a bit of certainty, and to look at the meaning that we could give to the world, look at our clients, feel how we are coming to serve and, creating this incredible effect on them, then we are able to create a bigger, lasting change in this world. And entrepreneurship is a lot of things, but it's not built on certainty at all. And I remember that moment where I had that panic attack and I was breathing through it. I was just breathing, telling myself, you know what, Jules, this is fucking terrifying. Like, this is fucking terrifying. But you know what, my love? You know what? You can fucking do it. And I know it's going to feel like you're back to square one, but it's just in your head. And your head's not rational right now. So what you're going to do is to see if it's the right decision or not, by writing down advantages and disadvantages. And if we see that there are more disadvantages than there are advantages, then we're not going to do it. And I breathed through it and I started to write down that workshop. And this is what happens when you choose being meaningful over certainty. So I really hope that you realize that sometimes when we want to make a decision, we have to look at A, rational decision making, and B, see if we are choosing being meaningful or certainty. And you know what? Sometimes you as a person need to choose certainty, and that's okay. But if you want to achieve a bigger thing, if you want a big company, like the biggest companies that are out there, they didn't choose certainty. So think about that. Hope to see you guys in the next episode, and have a good one. Oh, P.S. Make sure you follow me on social media. So my social media, I'm going to open it with you guys. So I'm on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Pretty sure I'm everywhere. It's Jules _Mesh, Mesh. Jules Mesh. I really hope to see you guys there.